Hello everyone and welcome back to Indian Racing League. This is season 13 and we are in round 3 in Hungary. Kicking it off with the qualifying session. It's already I think about 4 minutes on the clock. We have 14 more to go for this short qualifying, and apologies for not gracing you with my beautiful voice for the first few minutes. I had to take a call which I could not avoid. But either ways, we are back in IRL and let's see how this qualifying session unfolds. Redstone Dub currently with a time of 15.3. He did make a couple of mistakes on that lap, so I'm sure he will improve on that, and definitely 114 is on the card. Raman has slotted in P2 with 117.0, so a lot of time to find for him as is currently about 2 seconds off the pace of Restaurant Dub. Currently we are spectating Suraj, who has gone purple in the first sector, approaching the chicane now. Takes it very cautiously on the second curb as well of the chicane. I've heard from people that you can ride a lot of that curb and you can be very aggressive there, but that's not how Suraj took that corner. So I think there's time to find for him as well, as don't know exactly how his time has now evaporated. I think this is probably going to be an in lap for Suraj as he comes in for another set of tires. Yes, he does come in at the end of this run. VFX meanwhile has just started a lap, so let's see how he does. Very weird to see him in Red Bull still, but yeah, it is what it is, and let's see how his time fares against Redstone Dub, as Jin in the comments mentioned earlier as well, that it might be a two-stop strategy if it is fully dry. Now with two hard tire runs, so that is a lot of tire wear. Hungary is notorious for tire wear, especially the front tires take a lot of beating in the second sector. I mean throughout the lap more or less, but especially the second sector with these winding turns and quick left, right, left, and then finally a right before the end of the sector. But we fix his time. Let's see how that turns out. Also keeping an eye out on Basil, who's in P17 in the Ferrari, and when he starts his lap, we will go on board with him for one full lap around the Hungaroring. For now, it is VFix across the line. He comes, and well, he's gone P2 with a 15.6, but I don't think that's good enough. But here we go, on board with Basil, and he is the birthday boy. So let's go a full length of the lap along with him. Goes down to the second gear. That's not something which I expected. I thought he'll keep it in third, but he's down in the second gear. Now approaches the left corner, which is understeery, and he might have wanted to hug the apex a little bit more there. Flat out through the next right-hander. Coming up to turn 4, which is a blind left turn, and accelerating as always, but still not using the full width of the track is Basil, and this seems to be a choppy lap so far. Not the cleanest of attempts, but he would be wanting to go much faster and taking optimal lines in his next run. Now coming into that heart of sector 2, there's a car up ahead, and I think that car will move out of the way. It's an Alpine, as Baz puts a 54.1 before his second sector split. That's some way off, I believe, and let's see how he rounds up the lap. Two hairpin turns. The first one navigated and down, the second one goes down to the third gear, while I remember Restaurant taking it in the fourth, and across the line goes Baz for a 16.1, which is 7/10 off the pole position lap right now. The provisional pole position, I must add, as Baz's teammate Abhishek is in provisional P3 with a 15.6 as well, just 300ths of a second slower than we fixed right now. We have 11 people who have put in a lap time so far. Let's see if Suraj is on another attempt. He in fact is on another attempt, so let's see how this is going to be. He is someone who has upped his pace in the last couple of seasons. So there's definitely one to watch for this qualifying and for the race as well. He had a few battles with VFX in Silverstone, I think, and I don't quite remember how his second race went. So not exactly sure, but yeah, speaking of the first two races, Jishnu not racing tonight, so that will give some ray of hope to the likes of Redstone and VFX and maybe even Suraj, that maybe they can go for the top spot. As Suraj goes across the line with a beautiful lap. There is a 15.6 from Suraj, but three people in the 15.6s. But still, that lap time from Redstone pretty untouchable. He's up on his time, by the way, through the first sector. So he could go even faster here. Remember, he did make a mistake in the. Oh, he just goes wide there at the exit of the right-hander, and well, that's a lap in the ruins. I think he made a mistake on the last corner of the previous attempt, where he had a snap of oversteer and might have lost a couple of tenths or at least a tenth, if not more, in that run. But well, in this attempt, he has made a mistake again and has run wide. So his time of 15.3 still stands, and well, let's see if anyone can come even closer to what Suraj and VFX and Abhishek have done. But still a good, healthy 3 tenths advantage he has. I am Rahul, by the way. Redstone's teammate could be also someone who might just be there or thereabouts in the top 4. Abhishek, meanwhile, what a lap! Completely missed that, and he's up into provisional pole right now. The 15.2. I think Redstone now finally has some motivation to go even faster. Let's see where Rahul lands up. It could be a very good lap time from Rahul, and it is a good lap time indeed as he goes P3. So McLaren's doing well early on with P2 and P3 right now. And let's try to pick up someone else who's on a lap. Raman has just started a lap. Leclerc is on a lap as well. I think VFX is on a lap as well. So let's see what VFX does. Don't know his first sector split. Not sure if he's improving or not. The car does move out of the way, and he's up on his time. He's up by 3 tenths on his time. So this is a lap time. If he keeps his last sectors tidy, VFX, but just as I say, that massive understeer rather, I think he took a bit too much of that entry curve there, and there's a car ahead of him which would be giving him dirty air, and VFX across the line, and he does improve his time, and he goes P3 with a 15.3. But I think if not for that mistake, he could have gotten the provisional pole right now. I think definitely lost a tenth in that last sector. So there's a lot of time to find for him, for the likes of Redstone as well. Rahul back in the pits now. Deadly Mosquito, that's a respectable lap time he has, and I think he's starting a lap now. So let's keep an eye out on him. What about Shooter? And let's see where he does. Where is Noble? Yeah, there you go. Thank you for pointing that out, Harsh. And let's pick up Noble now. We're going to go on board with him for the rest of the lap. He's doing well, Noble. 53.4 is the split, which is competitive for sure. And let's hope he doesn't make the mistake that his teammate did. He does not, and keeps it very tidy through that long left-hander. And now just one final corner to go. He keeps it in the 4th gear, hugs the apex, and across the line he comes. Let's see what this lap time. It's a 15.2, and that is 700s faster than Abhishek's. But I do believe what Jin said. Redstone does have a lot of time in the locker, so lap time in the 14s is not off the table just yet. What about Baz? I think he's about to complete his lap, and once again he goes down to the 3rd gear, across the line for the birthday boy, and it's a 15.6 for him. So 15.6 seems to be a very popular lap time, although a few people have gone faster after that. What about Sepoy? His 3rd race in IRL. I think his first race probably didn't race the last weekend. He's in P13 right now. He's on an in lap. Let's see if anyone else is on a lap. I don't think so. Noble would be on an in lap, and I think Redstone is the driver we're keeping an eye out on. This is his final run, mind you, because less than 4 minutes remaining on the clock. So he's decided to go out slightly early than the others, but that will also give him a good advantage. So we are going to go on board with Redstone Derp and see how he takes the final lap for his qualifying session in Hungary. It's a very clear lap ahead of him. There's a Haas car just exiting the pits, which should be moving out of the way, and it has. Goes down to the second gear, takes a lot of curb, slightly slow to pick up the power, I felt, but still I think it's all okay, and brakes just in time for that left-hander, allowing his car to wash out wide. Then up the hill he goes for the next left-hander, a slight lift and downshift before he goes for the long right-hander. Now the chicane is coming up, brakes just before the 50-meter mode, takes a lot of curb, especially the left-handed curb, and I don't know, I completely missed to see if he was up on his time. We'll see by the end of this corner if he's up on his time. Does not run wide, and he's up by 1.5 tenths. So as things stand, Redstone is not, well, he is going to get provisional pole, but not by much unless he gets a monster third sector. And remember, he did make that mistake, so if he does not make that mistake again and he has kept it clean, it could be in the 14s. It's just in the 15s. It's a 3/10 improvement, I believe, on his lap time, and it's a 1:15.001, and I think that lap time is gettable. I genuinely believe so. By one of the Red Bulls, by Abhishek, by even his own teammate, although he is 5/10 off, I am Rahul. But if he made mistakes on that lap, the McLaren, maybe he can catch up. But the top 4 right now definitely in contention for that pole position. I believe Redstone's qualifying is done here. He will not run again. But that was a slightly anticlimactic from Redstone. And well, we'll see how he fares and how this lap time holds up for the next couple of minutes before the checkered flag falls and everyone else has made their final runs. But here we go, Noble now starting a lap. He is quite near to the Aston Martin in front of him, so he'll have to keep an eye on that. Shooter gets a 5-place grid penalty for blocking. Well, that is weird, but ahead of Noble it is VFix, who's also on a lap. So let's see how this one fares. He's about to reach the top of the hill, which will mark the first sector split. Is he up on his time? He's matching his time, just about matching his time. What about Noble through the first sector? And he's down on his time by 2/10. So I think that is curtains as far as Noble's lap is concerned. VFix still might have something to say about it, and he might still gain a couple of positions, but to gain 3.5 tenths over Redstone in 2 sectors might be too much to ask for, as VFX is slightly up on his time, not making a lot of gains. Abhishek still yet to start his lap. I am Rahul is up by 0.5 tenth on his time. Noble has gotten a bit of that margin back, but is still down, so Noble's lap might not be enough. Redstone has retired in the pits. VFX across line, can he get front row? He does not. It's a 15.238. And well, what about I am Rahul? Oh, he has made a mistake. What about Suraj? He's in P6 right now. Even an improvement by 1/10 will get him at least 1 position, so that would be crucial. Across the line goes Suraj, and no, he does not improve by enough. Birthday boy is, well, he's up on his time, and that could be very important for Basil. He could maybe just get ahead of Suraj. Let's see if he can get P5 here. Across the line goes Basil, and no, that's not P5. In fact, it stays P7. Abhishek's now on a lap as well. He seems to be on a hot lap. Yes, he is. And let's see the kind of second sector he puts. Oh, he's completely down his time. Maybe he made a mistake somewhere. I'm not sure. Oxidized Rage is on a lap as well. He's down on his time. Easy level bot down on his time. So not a lot of position changes in the final couple of minutes. Redstone Dub does get that pole position, not in the 14s as we were expecting, but still a pole position by 2 tenths. And I think most people made mistakes in their final runs. That didn't help, but Redstone, of course, did not. And that is pole for the 3-time IRL champion. He is going to be hounded by the two Red Bulls, as I think that the case was when Jishnu was fighting the two Red Bulls in the first race. So let's see what happens. I'm sure some people will try to start on the hard tire. So we are going to see a mix of strategies here. Now it will be interesting to see if anyone tries a one stop here, which seems a little out of the ordinary, if Jin is to be believed. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Commiserations to Shooter. He has a 5+ grid penalty, so he will start from P14, which will promote Smith into the top 10. But that is a good qualifying effort from the McLarens, the Red Bulls, Mercedes, maybe not so much, but because it was only Suraj, but of course, the Ferrari boys as well as Abhishek and Basil are going to be in the top 7 when they start the race. If people are watching and if you know the kind of weather, well, it's pretty sunny right now, but do let me know if you have any updates on the weather. Is it going to be changeable conditions? We did have those, remember, in the first 2 races. So will the weather gods grace us with rain in 3 races in a row? Not too sure right now, but as things stands, it is going to be a dry start to this Hungarian Grand Prix. Well, I don't know if the lobby is glitched because it doesn't take this long for the game to count down. Oh, there we go. Just as I said it, we are underway for the formation lap, and thankfully we do not need to restart the lobby. And here we go. Let's see the tires. Abhishek's on the hards, Smith and Raman both the kickstoppers on the hards, and Easy Level on the hards. So only 4 out of 18 drivers on the hard tires. That's a bit surprising to see, as this will be interesting. Abhishek's among so many medium runners, how his pace matches up. It's a difficult track to overtake, so he might be able to hold on for quite some time here, but I think since the top 3 are on the mediums, they will run away. So Abhishek it might be difficult for him to keep up with the top three on those hard tires. So that might be a bit difficult for him to manage, but let's see what happens. He will also have his teammate trying to put the pressure on the cars between them as Basil celebrates his birthday with sitting on his couch and playing a video game. But hey, we are no one to judge. Grateful for his participation, and can he make history by... Has anyone... Caesar, maybe you can help us with that. Has anyone won a race on their birthday in IRL? I don't know. I doubt we even keep such kind of records. But that would be a first, maybe, if Basil manages to do that. But towards the end of the formation lap, is its redstone dirt, hopefully with enough temperature in its tires to last until the end of the formation lap, where every car is in order and the likes of Vintage Player and Azun can slot into the 9th row of the grid. Abhishek has been disqualified. So look at his car position there on the bottom of your screen. So he's on the hards, and now he's going to have a disadvantage in terms of the starting position. Not helpful at all, and a lot of cars have been ghosted, just to say that. But we are going to get underway. It's 3, 4, 5 lights on the grid, and it's lights out when we're underway. And let's see, it's a bad start for Abhishek as expected. VFix and Redstone are going to go side by side. No, it's not. Redstone does cover the inside line. VFix tries to go round the outside, and further behind, what a start from I Am Rahul. He has the inside line of Noble in the Red Bull. And let's see if I Am Rahul can go down the inside of Noble. Noble tries to hang it around the outside. I Am Rahul does have the position, does he? Yes, he does. So it's, is it a safety car? It is. Because Sepoy in the Williams has retired from the race. He has crashed out, and I have no idea how that happened. Sid Venkatesh is now the car in last, and Smith has jumped up a couple of positions. Shooter has jumped up a few positions. Easy level bot as well, and Vintage Player as well. Not sure what happened with Sepoy or Voski, but that's the end of his race. Did not last even a sector. That is not the weekend he would have helped. He would have hoped. But let's see what happens. I don't expect anyone to make the pit stops now, unless there's someone who was involved in the incident and wants a wing change. But yes, as Jin said, this actually now favors a one-stop strategy, as there will be less green flag running throughout the Grand Prix. And talking of Abhishek at the start, he was P4, was he not? He's now in P7. Lost those crucial positions at the start. Not helpful. And if Baz has the speed tonight, maybe there will be team orders from Ferrari to let Baz through and attack the pack in front, where Abhishek can hang on to the back of his teammate. Let's have a quick look at positions lost. And there is Abhishek. Was P4, is down in P7. He's lost 3 positions. Shooter has gained 4 positions. Deadly Mosquito has lost 3 positions. Sid Venkatesh has lost 5. So let's have a look. Does he have any damage, Sid? Well, if he would have damage, he would have fit. No visible damage on the Alpine, but well, that's not great news for him. Easy level bot jumping up 3 positions. That's great for him. Shal also gaining 3 positions. But it was a brilliant start from I Am Rahul, by the way, getting ahead of Noble and splitting the Red Bulls. That was very important. So it's McLaren, Red Bull in the top 4. And that was a start for the ages for I Am Rahul. That's really helps him. And if he can keep up with VFX, he can actually, him and Redstone can work together to take away a lot of points from the Red Bull outfit. So that's going to be fun. The pack is all bunched up, but I think yes, the game is going to give us one more lap of safety car, and hopefully by the end of this lap is when Redstone Derp can start preparing his tires for green flag running. All right, let's see. We have Sid who has made a pit stop. You can see on the graphic, and I'm not sure how Oxidize got a penalty. He has got a 10-second time penalty, Oxidize. I completely missed that, so I don't know what that is for. Let me quickly check that. Alright, so Oxidize has a penalty for a collision with easy level bot, and since we are towards the end of the sector 2, yes, that's the message. Safety car is in this lap, and Oxidize, well, he will not be able to serve the penalty, at least in this lap. If he does, that will be a huge time loss. But it is going to be Redstone Derp now, and he is going to lead the pack. We are going to be on board with Noble. In fact, let's go on board with Rahul, who did make a great start, which was a standing start. Now in a rolling start, he did dispatch one Red Bull in the standing start. Can he dispatch of the other Red Bull in the rolling start? Doesn't seem to be the case, as I am Rahul was struggling a little bit, and now is trying to latch onto the back of VFix, but I don't think that's going to happen. And further behind, Abhishek, I think that was pre-planned. But either ways, it is Basil who has overtaken Abhishek for P7. He's trying to get temperature up in the tire by weaving, and well, that is an expected change of positions between the Ferrari boys. VFix, by the way, the gap was about 5 tenths at the start of this green flag running, but now he's being caught by Amrahul, so we'll stay on board with the McLaren and see if he can make any sort of inroads on the Red Bull ahead. As Jishnu says hello in the chat. Hello Jishnu, and sad that you are not racing with us tonight. As Rahul mounts that curve, goes wide. That's a curve which you absolutely should not touch, especially at the wrong angle, and is lost at least a couple of tenths to VFX. And look at the gain Redstone has in free air. He's able to pull away. He's already almost out of DRS. By the end of this lap, he goes fastest. Well, that's the first real lap time that has been put on the board, but not a great lap for VFX. Can Shooter do anything about Smith? They might be in the same party chat, but Shooter, does he have any tricks up his sleeve? Not yet, but he's going to go for it maybe. Does he go down the inside? Smith covers it off well. Shooter, it's half a chance for him, and Smith gives him a wide berth, but Smith does cut him off later on, and he does keep P9 for now. Smith, remember, he's on the hards. Shooter on the medium. Shooter goes wide. That might be a warning, and I think Shooter does need to get ahead of Smith as soon as possible, because he's now losing time to the likes of Abhishek, who's by the way also on hards. And Abhishek's teammate, meanwhile, Basil on the back of Shal. Shal, no DRS for him, as Suraj has a good gap. So I think Basil, if he plays his cards right here, he might be able to overtake Shal here on the main straight. Let's see how much battery uses. Let's see if he's going to go for a move. He has DRS is wide open, and it is going to be a easy overtake for the Ferrari driver. He's up into P6, and he can still see Suraj just ahead of him. And Suraj seems to be a bit stuck here behind Noble, so Baz can cruise up to him. Meanwhile, there's contact between Shooter and Smith. Shooter has finally made his way through. So those medium tires are switching on well now, and he's up into P9. Further behind, Oxidized Rage is trying to put a move on Easy Level, but Oxidized once again he might be setting himself up for more penalties, and he's now chasing the man with whom he had supposedly had a collision. And well, let's see how this particular battle brews. But up ahead, I am Rahul now. It's quite a far way off from VFX. So earlier on, I thought he might put a charge, but that's not the case. In fact, he is going to be put under pressure by Noble, and it seems like Noble is well poised to make a move. By the time they reach turn 1, Rahul no DRS. Noble does have the rear wing open. Rahul is going to let Noble through. No, he does not. It does not make it easy, definitely. Noble will have a second helping of DRS, but Rahul will stay away. He covers the inside line, but then moves away to the racing line, but still keeps the position. This is brilliant defending by the McLaren, and it's helping the likes of Redstone and even VFix get away into the battle of their own. VFX is trying to get into that DRS window of Redstone. Not helping so far, but this is good pace from VFX. In dirty air, I think that is commendable pace from VFX. So maybe there will be an opportunity for him later on in the pit stop window especially to get ahead of his long-time rival. People in the comments, especially Jin, if you are still watching, do let us know when do the medium runners start pitting. We know there are very few people on the hards. I think 4 of them, maybe 5 of them right now. So let's see if anyone is going to pit soon. Meanwhile, let's see if there's any position change. A Shooter makes another position. He overtakes Abhishek. So the hard runners are being relegated right now, and Shooter is up into P8. This is a good drive from Shooter so far. Remember, he started in P14, so he's up by 6 positions, and that is very good drive from Shooter so far. 25% of the race complete, and he's making good progress. And let's see if he can catch up to Shal. Up ahead, Noble now again well within the DRS of Rahul. You can see the McLaren struggling for traction when he's trying to put on the power, and Noble very controlled through those set of corners. And let's see, this time he's losing even more time, both of them, to V6 and Redstone both. So Noble, I think it's in his best interest to get ahead of Rahul on a yesterday basis. So let's see how this battle turns out. Noble is a bit far off this time, so I don't think it's going to be easy for him to get past Rahul. Further behind, it is Shooter who has made another position on Shal, although they were teammates, so it should not have been very difficult for Shooter to get past. Is Abhishek going to go for a move? It's not going to go for a move. It's not close enough, and both cars will have DRS as well. Noble very close to Rahul now. Is there an opportunity up the hill? Noble is trying every trick in the book to get past the McLaren, and he's not getting that. Rahul going wide. Might have just lifted off to avoid getting a track limits warning there, but this is hurting Noble's race. So much so that Suraj has caught up and has kind of joined the train as well. So it will be frustrating for Noble, but very soon it is going to be frustrating for Suraj as well. As I am Rahul, maybe he's just running low wings, which is why Noble is able to catch up in the corners, but on the main straight and the second straight, which is just a very short run from T1 to T2, Noble is not able to get past Rahul. Let's see, this time he has DRS yet again, but once again, just not enough straight line speed for him to get past. So this looks like I am Rahul running low downforce setup, but well, we'll never know. As Abhishek and Shal, slight contact between two of them. They're going to go side by side, approaching turn 2. It is Abhishek who has the outside line and is going to keep the position, and I think Shal does get relegated to P9. So I don't know if this is the first signs of medium runners starting to lose grip. It could be possible since there have been 9 laps, and if a one stop needs to be executed, I believe it should be around lap 15, 16 when the medium runners will need to pit. Of course, with a safety car, it would be easier to manage the tire wear now, but it seems like now the likes of Abhishek and Smith and Raman and easy level bot will have a good time versus the people on the mediums. As here we go for round 4, it seems, of Noble versus I am Rahul. Noble very close this time, and it should be easy for him. I am Rahul defends the inside. Noble has to go round the outside of the McLaren, and Rahul once again brilliantly defended. Is Noble going to go for any sort of move? No, he cannot. He's just not close enough as they approach turn 2 and then onto the flat right-hander downhill. And I am Rahul is costing Noble a second lap, I think, at this rate. He's doing a brilliant job and he is helping out his teammate, but inadvertently also Noble's teammate while he does that. Further behind now it is Shal who has lost another position to Smith. So yeah, I think that is enough proof that the hard runners are in the ascendancy. So you can expect the likes of Raman and easy level bot also to make some progress. Raman in fact is very close to Deadly Mosquito. So let's see the kind of, oh by the way, easy level bot gets a 3-second time penalty, but Raman very close to Deadly Mosquito, and Deadly Mosquito all over the place in the last couple of corners. Is just not hitting those curbs at the right angles. And as things stand, Rahul should be able to. There is someone in the pits. Oh, Charles Leclerc almost hit the pit wall there, and that would have been a DNF. But here goes Raman. Noble and Rahul are fighting as well. Noble finally trying to get through. Rahul has the inside line. There is a collision, and Rahul is still trying to fight back. Noble finally through. I don't know if that's an incident that might be needed to be reviewed by the stewards later if one of them reports. But Noble is finally a free bird and is up into P3. Now let's see, in clean air, Noble, how much can he get ahead and what's the kind of gap he can pull. Deadly Mosquito, by the way, still keeping ahead of Raman, and in the second sector is going to be very difficult for him. Charles Leclerc, by the way, has pitted for a set of hard, so he might be hoping to go until the end of the race. I am Rahul already out of DRS of Noble, so let's see if this is going to be an opportunity for Suraj. In fact, I am Rahul goes into the pits. That is early, that is very early, and 22 laps on a set of hard tires would be difficult. But he's one of the first of the top runners to go into the pits, and is pitted for a set of hard tires. I have my doubts whether they can go until the end of the race. We'll have to wait and watch and let's see if it's going to be a medium hard or a medium hard medium in terms of strategy. Deadly Mosquito, by the way, now finally overtaken by Raman, who is up into P8. I have now zero doubts that Abhishek is the faster Ferrari here. So the sooner Baz can pit, or maybe just let Abhishek through, the better, because it is going to cost his teammate time. Let's see if there are more Ferrari orders on the way. For now, none, but on the main straight, you can bet that Abhishek is going to overtake Basil, or Baz is going to dive into the pits. Those are the only two alternatives at play here. Baz a little bit unsure of the apex there. It seems like Baz is going to go into the pits, and he frees up Abhishek up into P5. And this has been a good stint for Abhishek after losing a few positions. He is still a long way off the lead. Now it is Suraj, by the way, who has just crept up in DRS of Noble and up ahead. Redstone has a very healthy lead of 3.5 seconds. So let's see when the top two decide to pit. As Abdul Samad says hello. Hello, Abdul. Do you have the game, Abdul? We would like you to race with us once again. So do let us know if you are planning to at least reserve in a couple of races anytime soon, as we'll keep an eye out on this battle. As spectating I Am Rahul right now is on the back of a Zune, and I Am Rahul has gotten ahead with much fresher tires. I Am Rahul is catching traffic at not the optimum time. We'll keep that in the mix as Redstone does go on for another lap. VFX in the pits. Noble has to continue on because VFX will get the first preference at the pit stop. Suraj continues as well, and let's see if I Am Rahul can get ahead of anyone. Well, he's a bit far too off. VFX, by the way, on a set of hard tires, and he is going to come out in some traffic. That is not going to help. He's going to be behind Raman, behind Deadly Mosquito as well, and yeah, I think he'll be out of the house. But he's just come out behind Deadly Mosquito, and let's see if VFX can get through. Well, Deadly Mosquito in fact lets him pass. That is very kind of the Aston Martin, and VFX will have some clean air before he catches up to Raman, who's yet to pit. But what about Suraj now? Is definitely gaining pace here, and he's now well within DRS of Noble. It was in the region of 9 tenths, 9.5 tenths earlier. Now it is in the region of 7 tenths, and let's see if he can mount a challenge, or is one of those drivers going to dive into the pits. Redstone Dub now in the pits. He does not want to take any chances. VFX has pitted while the gap was 3.5 seconds. He does not want to take those chances as he slides into the pits. Noble Garter in the pits as well. Suraj follows him in. Abhishek is going to be the race leader, and further behind Smith will continue on. Raman will continue on. VFX very close to overtaking Raman. Look at how slow Raman is as compared to VFX at the apex. VFX is going to make that overtake stick. He's up into P4 and has gained almost 2 seconds over Redstone there with that undercut. So if Redstone had waited just one more lap to make his pit stop, that would have been the race lead lost. So it's a good decision by Redstone to pit when he did, and he has one lap fresher tires. So this is Redstone's race to lose right now, but you never know. There's a yellow flag. There's an Aston. There's a kick Sauber. Is it Smith? It is Smith. And well, all the good work, all the hard work has just come up undone with the hands of Smith, and he has lost some element of his front wing. Suraj goes past him. and Smith will have to now trundle back into the pits to make a pit stop. What about Basil now? Is on the back of Easy Level Bot. Is not going to be easy for him because Easy Level Bot is probably going to the pits. No, in fact, Easy Level Bot does stay out. Basil has the inside line for the next corner, and it does make that overtake. So it's up into P6. Basil and Noble, I think, will follow Easy Level Bot as well. So here we go. Now VFX 1.1 second behind Redstone. This is critical for Redstone to get some life into that tires now. They are slightly newer tires than VFX, of course, by a lap, and it's important that he keeps this advantage because otherwise, once VFX gets into the DRS, it might be difficult to shake him off. Azun, by the way, still running on those old mediums. 16 lap old mediums for Azun. When he pits, he's going to be P16, but he still wants to continue on, probably waiting for a safety car. Back to this battle as Raman now, he's also yet to pit, and is Abhishek going to pit this lap? Abhishek does continue off. And just know your dirty mind. Please cleanse your dirty mind. As Baz has caught another car at the apex of the final corner, and he's going to make it stick. But what about Noble Garter? Can he get both of them? Oh, is it a safety car? Is it a virtual safety car? The track is yellow all round, and it is a virtual safety car, I think, because I don't see any safety car icon on the track map. And I have no idea why that safety car was, a virtual safety car rather, was called. But the likes of Raman could have pitted and lost very little time if he would have pitted under these conditions. Clearly seems to be a virtual safety car. We don't have that information on the screen right now. On top left usually says it, but well, that's not the case. Either ways, let's see what happens with these hard runners, because I think they would want to go on for at least a couple of more laps. I am Rahul. No, gets a drive through as the VSC period ends, and in fact Basil has gotten past Raman, and Noble has gotten past Raman as well. Is Raman going to pit? No, he does not. He continues on for one more lap, and is now Suraj finally going to get past Am Rahul. Well, he just retired there, Am Rahul. He did not want to serve that drive through one bit, and with half the race yet to go, that's a very early decision. There might be another safety car which would have brought him back in the race, but he has had enough, and Redstone is now the lone McLaren in the race. That would give Red Bull some impetus to do well, because in the constructors fight, this retirement could really help Red Bull's cause. Meanwhile, it is Noble who's on the back of Baz, and Suraj finally getting past Raman, but Noble on the back of Basil. This is going to be interesting between the two of them on the main straight. But what is not going to be interesting is this battle between Redstone Dub and Abhishek before they even start the next lap. Redstone is alongside and now ahead of the Ferrari. Redstone Dub continuing on, and Abhishek's continuing on for one more lap. I think this is a lap when they're fit. Let's see if Noble is going to get past the Ferrari of Baz. No, he does not. No dive bombs there, and Noble might have to be stuck behind the Ferrari for one more lap, and yeah, that's exactly what seems to be happening. Uh, well, good point, Chips, but I think I read that comment a bit too late. It popped up on my screen a bit too late, and well, Abhishek is in no position now to play the role of Fernando Alonso. Maybe he can if he can impede VFX's race. VFX is excruciating for him to still stick behind the Ferrari, a car which VFX drove for so many seasons in IRL. Abhishek might finally go into the pits. No, he's not. In fact, he's going on for one more lap. That is not helping Abhishek's case. But VFX should be easy now for him to go past the Harden. I think Noble might be doing what VFX did to Abhishek, and this time it is Noble who is on the right of the track just to get that slipstream, and Baz defending very well there. 2.3 seconds VFX lost, as Chip said, on the last lap. Baz! Oh my god, Noble! His car was beached and could not brake in time to avoid the barrier. He's still running. Suraj has been promoted to P5. Noble still running, but wow. That was, I don't know what to say. It's a safety car, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed, because of the heavy damage. And I am Rahul. This is why you don't retire when there are 17 laps to go. Unless there was a reason to do so, well, he could have served the drive-through and still be back in the race. Do you think people pit now? Yes. Redstone in the pits. VFX in the pits. Abhishek in the pits. He's been staying out for so long. And what a masterclass by Abhishek. He's going to be net P3. Basil should be in the pits as well. Suraj and Noble now with his... Well, really, it has costed Noble a maximum of one position, because even that pit stop, and he will have to change his wing there, it is not going to cost him. Only position that he will lose is for Suraj. And now yeah, he lost a position to Shal as well. But either ways, it is very lucky for Noble to come out in P7. I think there's a car of easy level bot slotting in just between Raman and Noble. Oxidized Rage has gotten another penalty there, this time for speeding in the pit lane. It's not a happy customer, is he, when it comes to Hungary. He's gotten 10-second time penalties, one of which he would have served, I'm assuming. He could still serve the other in the safety car period and then just race. But, well, that has sparked some life, some being an understatement, into the race. And let's see what VFX can do now. He didn't seem to have an answer for Redstone space so far into the race, but now with those medium tires on, with low fuel, can he do something? Can Abhishek and Baz also play a part in this? Especially Abhishek, who has shown very good pace so far, as Noble and Shal have exchanged positions. And Shal, oh Shal! What is it doing? Wow, how has he crashed under a safety car? And well, he's damaged his wing now, so that's going to be another pit stop for him. And the problem is he might not have a fresh set of mediums. So, well, he does have a set of mediums, and it's the old mediums which the team has put on. So he will have to go around the lap and come in for another pit stop and put the mediums that he just had on. And is now retired from the session. That was a bit too late, Charles. Your car is now on track. I mean, not that it wouldn't have been on track had he retired in the pits. But why would he retire? I don't understand these retirements. There is still so much of racing left. He could have pitted again for those same set of mediums as that's Raman. Has he made a mistake as well? He has. Look at the grass on his tires. He's trying to get past Deadly Mosquito now, and he has. I don't know if the game is going to give him a penalty for that, but people are making mistakes under the safety car. That is very uncharacteristic. Sid Venkatesh, by the way, what a drive. He was down and out. Now he's in the top 10 and has 4 points to his name if he can keep this. In fact, more than that, because Easy Level Bot has a penalty. So, what a drive from him. And let's see if he can keep his position. And Raman has overtaken Sid Venkatesh as well now. So I think those are the two positions Raman lost. And well, Chips paying tribute to a long forgotten I remember with that comment. And yes, Alpine is love. One of them in P9, the other down in P14, but no penalties now for him. But he still needs to change his tires, does he not? Oxidize this, 11 lap old tires. There he is in the pits. Let's see what tires he goes on. 11 laps to go after this one. I think safety car will be in this lap, so he will have to double time it, Oxidize, if he wants to get. And he has gone to a new set of mediums. Well, newish. It's just 1 lap under the belt, so that should be fine. That should be absolutely fine. I don't know why Smith is on the hards. I don't think that's a smart choice by him. Yeah, no idea why Smith is on the hards. I'm sure he has a set of fresh mediums somewhere. But well, that's what he has decided, and that's what he's going to continue in. And as expected, safety car is in this lap, and we have 11 laps of racing before the checkered flag falls. We're going to be on board with Abhishek here, who seems to have the bit between his teeth and did not pit for the longest time, and the safety car absolutely helped, but nothing to take away from his drive from the harsh mediums. He's very close to VFix. Mindful, Abhishek, please do not make contact. And let's see when Redstone has gone. Redstone has bolted, and Baz is closer to Abhishek than Abhishek is to VFix. Baz is going to go for a move here. It is going to be a Ferrari battle. Let's be on board with Baz. Abhishek defends the inside line. And is there a dive bomb coming from the Red Bull of Noble? Not yet. And it all seems to be fine. Just 2 Ferraris still dragging in. And oh, Baz! Oh, it's Abhishek, in fact. Baz has carried on. And Abhishek, whom I was hyping up so much to play a part in the lead of the race, or for the fight for the lead of the race, now has lost positions and also has lost his end plate. You can see his left side end plate does not exist anymore. Ferrari. That's all I have to say about that incident. Ferrari core is what you witnessed here. And Baz, well, I don't know who was to blame for that. I really do not want to comment, nor did I see it very well, the whole incident. but that was absolutely avoidable between the two of them. You cannot be fighting each other like that. You cannot be costing each other positions when you are in such a good position to finish in the podium, maybe even win the race. You never know. Charles wants me to invite him for comms. Charles, let me see how I can do that. Invites, friends, and Charles, I have sent you an invite. So do join in the comms box as soon as you can. As currently spectating Noble. Alright, let me send the party invite as well. I completely forgot about the party invite. Alright, so Noble has gotten past Suraj in all that. And Charles, I have sent you the invite for the party as well. I completely forgot that you are already in the lobby.
There we go.
Alright, hello Abhinav. And why were you retiring from the race under the safety car?
Okay. It was safety car. I wanted to go pee, and I paused the game and I put my controller down, but apparently it didn't pause, and I just went straight on.
So when did you realize that your car is
when I
bleached?
When I looked back, and I was like, oh shit, why am I in the wall?
That is the most bizarre reason I've heard. But why did you retire ultimately from the race? You were
damage, and the game boxed me onto my old mediums, which are already 60% worn out. So I was like, yeah, okay, that's done. I'm not gonna do a 4-stopper.
All right.
It is what it is. Okay, let's focus. Shooter is catching up to the back of Deadly. Is he gonna send it? Nope, he's gonna sit back.
That is unlike Shooter.
Smith is going the inside of Sid. Smith and Sid side by side into turn 1. They're still side by side. This is where Abhishek and Basil came together a few laps ago. Let's see if these two can take it cleanly. And yeah, Smith got the move down. The Ferrari should take note.
And yeah, Ferrari should learn a thing or two from these drivers. I think Abhishek's now catching up to Raman, despite that wing damage. And oh my god, that's the commentator's curse. A 3-second time penalty for him. So that's not gonna help. Suraj hanging on to Noble, by the way. Do you think Noble has an outside chance here, enough to catch Baz for P3?
I think so, yeah. Baz is, can be physically fluid, very inconsistent, so if he makes a mistake, Noble will be there to take it.
Well, we'll get to know in the next couple of laps if he's making any sort of inroads. VFix also hanging on to Redstone Dub. The lead isn't much, but I think Redstone does have the measure on him.
Do you know if Abhishek's boxed or not to fix his wing damage?
No, he hasn't. In fact, he has carried on.
Deadly and Shooter touching each other. Oh, I mean, their cars touching each other. I think Deadly spun after that contact with Shooter, and he's just ahead of Oxidized Rage now. Oh, he's going to spin again. Yep. Deadly's in the wall. No wing on the Aston Martin, as far as I can see. And he got a penalty for hitting the wall, I guess. I don't know.
No, he didn't get a penalty. It's Oxidized who got a penalty.
If you look at Oxidized Rage right now, he's in third gear on the main, not the main straight, the second straight towards turn 4. I don't know what's going on with him, but
It's a safety car, by
if you
the
want to
way.
go on board with him. Oh, it's a safety car now. Got it. Yeah, like, whoa, what's going on?
I think that happened because Deadly, the incident between
Spun
Deadly
into
and
the wall.
Shooter. So, and
Yeah.
Deadly is very lucky, by the way, to still have his front wheel intact because the impact which he had into the wall.
It was sideways. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is anyone bold enough to go onto the softs? I don't think that's
I think
wise.
Abhishek should. He has damage as
Yeah,
well.
Abhishek probably will.
He is touching Ramin now for some reason, but
No, that's Abhishek for you.
he's
He
in the
does
pits.
like to touch people.
He's in the pits.
And yes, it's easy level bot in the pits as well. So is Abhishek, so is Azun. I have no idea if Sops will last more than a couple of laps. Abhishek is going to go on to mediums. That's a smart choice, I think, by him. Fresh mediums, probably more durable than
He's
fresh
fixing
softs.
his wing.
And it's a change
Maybe
of
he
wing
just
as well.
doesn't have any other softs to go for. I mean, I would go for softs because safety car say comes in on lap 31. You only have 4 laps of racing left, and I think
Yeah,
that's enough.
but I don't know. 4 laps on softs. I think this game softs are terrible after a couple of laps. That's what I've heard. I haven't driven a single lap, so didn't know the first thing. But anyways, Charles, your first few weeks on this game, give us a review if you compare it with the last edition.
Well, I did not play 24. I will compare to 23, and I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I enjoyed 23 way more. Because this game, it still has that flick thing. Like if you're on a wheel and you just flick into a corner, you can gain a lot of time. That thing started in 24, and 25 it's way less compared to 24, but it is still there. So the wheel players always have this little advantage where they can just flick into a corner if they like, they're late turning and stuff. But I think 23 was more balanced between controller and wheel players. I personally enjoy 23 more, but this is not
What
bad
is
compared
Noble
to the last
doing?
one. Oh, did he spin? Oh, did he do the same thing as me?
Yeah, and oh my God, Noble.
I do not see the damage.
Noble!
Oh, he's in the grass again.
What is it? Does he have a
I think his
contract
wheel
to
has
mow the
disconnected or
grass?
something. I do not know what's going on.
Yeah,
Maybe he lost a
that's
bet.
a disconnect. That's a disconnect. I think. Is he on a controller? Is that stick drift?
I do not know what's going on with him.
Is he on a controller? Do you know?
I do not know. I don't think he's on controller. I think he's a wheel player. But
Can we do a crowdfunding to lend him a new controller or a wheel, whichever it is, because he's a very quick driver, but he's riddled with his equipment right now. His oxidized racing in the pits for I don't know.
He got damaged behind the safety car. He's changing his wing again. I do not know what happened with him, but I don't think he will have the time to catch up with the pack. Safety car should be in this lap.
Not the first time he didn't have time to catch up with the safety car. He's had a
So
very
now, if somebody's
eventful
on
race.
softs, then it's okay. Got 3 laps on softs. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's just qualifying
that should be,
at this point.
That's just doable.
Yeah, low fuel as well. It should not be bad.
Right. So thoughts on the kickstoppers? They were P10, P11 at the start of the race. Now they're P5 and P7. Smith, I don't know what he's doing on the hards, but yeah, he's on the hards. Where do you think
he likes the hards? I was in the chat with him. He was like, "I love the hards." So might as well.
Well, I get that.
My hard stint was really nice. It was very comfortable. Mediums, you start sliding like lap 5, lap 6, but hards, like even lap 10, I was still okay.
All right. So before we get to the start of the green flag running, I think the safety car is going to go around for one more lap. So yeah, 3 laps of green flag running.
Yep.
Charles, what are your predictions for the top 3? Is it going to stay as it is, or do you think someone can surprise you with a podium?
Shooter might be aggressive on the restart because he got pretty unlucky in qualifying. He got a 5-place grid penalty out of nowhere. I don't think he did anything. He was just driving, and the next thing you know, he has a 5-place grid penalty. So I think he would want to make up some positions to kind of reverse that. Oxidized gets 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane under the safety car. Why is he in the pits again?
I think he just likes
Oh,
the
he died.
pits.
He died. Okay. Okay, he died.
Okay, but Oxidize has gotten way too many penalties. I don't know if that's some kind of record because I think this is his third, if not the fourth, 10-second time penalty he has gotten in this single race. Uh, Twice for speeding in the pit lane, once for a collision with easy level bot, and then I think you
Just
can
got a
add a
black
couple of
flag at this point.
yeah, it could be. I think he would be nearing black flag at this point. But either way, so Shooter is one to watch. Let's see if easy level bot can do something on his soft tires. Only 3 people
I'm
in the
gonna
running.
text Noble and see if his thing is okay now. Because if his controller is still acting up, then it will be fun to watch him drive into Abhishek's maybe.
Well, let's see. He seems to be doing fine now, but you never know. Maybe when they are going to go at full speeds, safety car is in this lap.
this
That's a
lap.
confirmation, and this is going to be a frenzied 3 laps. I'm going to stay on board with Baz here. I think Redstone has mastered the art of safety car restart, so I don't think he'll be under any sort of threat
Yeah, it's his
from
third one now.
VFX.
Fourth one.
Yeah, the third one.
Third
This is
safety
going to
car.
be the
Third
third safety car
restart.
restart. So he knows exactly when he's going to go, and it could be any moment now. And there you go. There he has gone.
He's gone.
It's predictable,
a good
but it's also
restart.
effective.
VFX is half a second back.
Yeah, he is. And someone who's close enough is easy level bot on Smith. Those hard tires will be crying for help and would be so cold. But here we go.
He's
Easy
gonna
level
try
bot.
to go around the outside. Oh, they bang wheels on the straight.
And as
He can
soon
make the
just
move stick, and that has allowed
snakes
his
his
zone to
way
be on the
through.
inside.
Azul
Easy
trying to
level's
hang
not
it
gonna
round
give
the
this one up
outside.
easy, but whoops. Good racing. Good racing.
Yeah, that is good racing, good defending. I think there was a little bit of ego there from Easy Level Bot that if I couldn't overtake a hard runner, I'm not going to let another soft runner overtake me. But up ahead, VFix within 5 tenths of Redstone, and that is fine. I think Redstone still has this covered, I believe. He's going to be in the free air. Baz already a second behind VFX. Shooter, he's the one to watch, as you said, Shal, and let's see if he can make any inroads on the lead or the gap that Raman has over him.
So P1 to P7 all box under the first safety car, so they all have 11 lap old tires, mediums or hards. Smith probably has the best tires among the top runners because he's on hards and everyone else is on mediums.
But he's
But
going to get overtaken, maybe.
Behind him.
Easy level bot.
Oh, he's defending all the way on the inside.
Easy level bot trying to
Can he get him
do
on
the
the
under
exit?
and over. And gets a bit too much traction for his liking there. And here we go down the inside. He goes. He's darting left and right to get ahead of the Sauber. But that is brilliant defending from Smith. And further behind, Abhishek's.
He pulled back, yeah, as he should.
That is sensible racing from Abhishek. He's probably just being patient here as there is
he's trying
contact.
to go around the outside, but yeah, this game has this thing. Even if you touch a little bit, you just lose grip on all 4 tires, and you just drift wide. It just washes you away, even if you make the tiniest of contacts with someone. I think we just saw that happen with Abhishek's.
Yeah, and was still keeping it on the tarmac, pointing in the right direction. Abhishek has 1 point to his name, but that will go away because he has a time penalty now. I'm assuming it's a 3-second. Easy level bot, incredibly still behind Smith, and those soft tires, I don't know if they are really going to be affected now, especially
Shooter
now
is
that
lining up a move now. Raman is in the middle of the track trying to defend. Shooter is deploying his battery. He's going to go around the outside. He will get another dose of BRS if he sticks it. Raman is on the inside. They touch. They're still banging wheels. Oh, people ahead. Baz is off. Oh no, 7 is off.
yeah, Suraj is off, and Suraj has lost so many positions. Suraj is almost on. He's going into half spin there.
And Shooter. Raman has. Oh my god.
There is debris there. Shooter up into P4. We're on the last lap. Shooter can still get a podium here. If not right now,
Baz
maybe in the steward's room, because
might
Baz
get a penalty.
has been
Might get a
involved in
penalty.
incidents.
Yeah.
So, well, what a birdie he's having. He's just having the time of his life, Baz, on the track at least. Smith
Baz
is
is sliding around like crazy. Clearly, Shooter has more grip than him. Through the middle sector, Shooter is within 4/10 of the Ferrari, so we should watch out for them on the main straight. He might be lining up a move now.
yeah, but this is the last lap.
though. This is the last lap.
Yeah. So Redstone Dub back to winning ways in absence of Jishnu. It is pole and a race win for Redstone Dub. VFX finishing in P2. Baz will finish. There's multiple position changes behind. Baz will finish P3. Shooter P4. Raman just less than that. Look at that. Abhishek is just completely wrecking his Ferrari, or trying to wreck his Ferrari. But yes, a good result for the Saubers as Raman and Smith finish P5 and P7 with Suraj sandwiched between them. But what an end to the race. It's once again Redstone on the top of the podium. And Shal, if I can start inviting our podium getters onto the party, we can have a quick chat with them before we end the stream.
Who's on the podium?
So that's Redstone, VFX and Baz. Alright, our race winner is here. He's first to finish the race, first to join the party as well. Do you need any help, Shal, to invite the other two?
Nope, I already invited them. It's not them to join.
Alright, Redstone, hope you can hear us. Okay, try again. Redstone, can you hear us? Alright, so while we're waiting for VFX and Baz, we'll start with you, Redstone. Walk us through that race. Seemed pretty much in control, except for those annoying safety cars. Well, you managed them pretty well. But talk us through your qualifying, the final lap or two. I think you still had some time. You made minor mistakes, especially in the first lap. There was a huge moment towards the end of the lap. But still pole position by 2/10, and then the race start, the slight battle with V6 at the start, and then how did you manage the safety car restarts? Alright, and you should say good luck to Baz, because he's been involved in a few incidents which you never know how that's gonna turn out. Shal, any questions for our race winner? I'll just check on VFX and Baz. Where have we? I don't think they've joined.
No, I think it's good. I did invite them. Let's see.
Alright, do you have any questions for Redstone before we join?
I'm good. I don't have any questions.
Okay, pretty standard race. Redstone.
Yeah, I don't think he was involved in many fights.
Yeah, I think he's getting used to that now.
He's just sailing up front, so. Like
Alright, I've invited VFix and Baz again. Let's see if they can join the party chat and we can have a quick word with them before we call it a night. It's Baz who has joined. Let's Wait for him to load. Uh, all right, Baz, can you hear us? And I hope your audio sharing is on. You are on mute, by the way. So,
Yes, I can hear.
all right. Happy birthday, bro. First of all, you definitely had a blast on the track. Just walk us through your race and the two incidents which are going to be talked about for the next hour or so.
Honestly, at the start of the race, I didn't have any lights, so it was all a guessing game to figure out when the lights went out.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, and then the incident with Abhishek, I was on the outside. He said he understood, so I don't know. We'll see. I had a run on him, and then our tires was locked, and yeah, that was that. Um, Storage incident, I have no idea. My car was straight, and then suddenly I'm heading into the wall. So have to review that, I guess. But yeah, thank you for the happy birthday, and at least I can give the stream something to watch.
Oh yeah, it was definitely entertaining for us in the comms box, and I'm sure for people watching the stream. Uh, was the overtake on Abhishek's planned? I think at the safety car restart, the first safety car restart, I believe, where you swapped positions, since he was on the hards and you were on the mediums, clearly a faster tire. Was it planned, or did Abhishek just didn't get a good launch of the
I
rolling
think
start?
I think the first one was planned because he was on the slower tire. It just made more sense to let me go. But I think I would have got him from the line anyway if I didn't have that lights issue.
Okay.
So obviously not having any lights and guessing where the race started was always going to be tough. But at the safety car restart, I had a good run on him, so I just wanted to utilize that. But yeah, I'll speak with him and see what happens, I guess.
All right, good to know. And Shal, any questions for our birthday boy?
Wait, what happened with you and what's his name, Seven, on the last lap? What's your view on the incident?
Honestly, I was defending the inside. He was on the outside. He went for a bit of an audacious move, if you want to call it that. But my car was straight. It was straight heading for the next corner, and then I'm heading into the wall. So from face value, I don't know. I need to look at the footage again.
I wish you luck in the suits room.
All right, on to VFX, who has been waiting very patiently and very well behaved so far, very unlike him. VFX, thoughts on that race? The gap between you and that stone was a bit of a yo-yo effect in the later stints. The first stint was still fairly stable. Do you think if you were in clean air, you would have been able to maybe have a similar gap to Redstone if he was behind you? What was the pace difference? What is the setup thing? And walk us through qualifying as well. Although you qualified, I think, fairly decent. It was P3, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think whoever was just ahead was going to win the race because it's so hard to overtake through here. Yeah, I just needed to get into my management in this stint, like quite fairly early. Because anytime I was behind Redstone, like within a second, I just tires just started squealing. So always needed to back off a bit. Honestly, I was being very cautious because we were so far clear of everyone else. But of course, the safety cars keep coming out, so it's not like I can just try and like just risk it 3 seconds and try and close up, and then there's a safety car that takes away your results. But yeah, I was happy with the qualifying. Got my teammate right off the start, and yeah, after that, just a lot of following. A lot of following.
And how was the tire wear? Because people were predicting it would be a two-stop if not for the safety cars. Did you feel that, or do you agree with that, or do you think you would have been able to manage a one-stopper either way?
Honestly, the gap was so big behind. If without safety cars, I would have just done the opposite of Redstone to give myself any chance of winning. But yeah, just sometimes somebody is just driving like a slight bit better than you, and yeah, just have to take it on the chin. At least I'll take the lead of the championship for like this 1 week before Jishnu comes back and wins again. But yeah,
Yeah, the next race is in Saudi Arabia, I think. So that is going to be equally chaotic as the last laps of this race was, if not more. But yeah, Abhinav, any questions for VFX before we end the stream?
Hey, VFX.
yo,
If you could go back and change something about the race, what would you change now that you know how it went? Would you
give you
change
a
your
stronger
strategy, your setup?
ladder.
Uh, pause my game for me.
Yeah, I'll pause your game, buddy. Yeah.
All
Also,
right,
to
very safe for
Basil,
work, yes.
I thought other people were supposed to give the birthday bumps to the birthday guy, not the other way around.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
bouncing everyone up.
yeah, he was. Honestly, sometimes some certain lengths of racing is unacceptable, and yeah, I hope they take action
Appropriate
against that.
action.
Yeah,
Well, we'll see. This is the guy, by the way, who applied to be a steward. So
yeah.
make of that what you.
Yeah, hey man.
Baz hate is so
But
forced, man. It's like
I
Lando
know,
Norris.
man. That's
Oh,
worse
you
than
are
Lando
like Lando
Norris, man.
Norris though, Baz. That hate for no
Not
reason.
good enough.
I didn't say that.
all right, so with that, I think it's time to call it a night. We'll see you next week in Jeddah. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Watch the real life Hungaroring Grand Prix with such boredom because it's going to
Jeddah
be
Corniche, by the way.
Cornish, yeah,
Monaco
Jeddah
without
Cornish
walls.
circuit, Monaco without walls and all that. It's going to be a boring McLaren 1-2. Just we don't know which McLaren will come out on top. But we do know Baz is going to have a good time in the stewards room. So good luck to Baz and happy birthday once again. Thank you for joining and thanks Charles for joining me in the comms
For pausing
box.
my game.
Yeah, for pausing your game, which eventually gave me some company in the comms box. Always a pleasure. Good night, goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.